Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, respected Mahasangha, respected TBMC, the community organizers who make this gathering possible for us today while we are visiting India. And my great deepest gratitude to Most Venerable Manoj for helping us these days. And thank you for everyone to join us today. I still remember 11 years ago when I first visited to Bodh Gaya. Under this sacred tree over there that side, I kneel down and made a vow. I made a vow to do something to support the Buddha Sasana because I've seen the Buddha Dhamma is going down and is fading and is changing each and every day. So I often ask myself as a Buddhist monk, what can I do to support the Buddha Sasana besides learning and practice and serve the community around me? By that time, I didn't have the ability, I didn't have a chance to go to Buddhist countries to study like other monks. I just stay at the temple in Fort Worth, Texas, USA. And then when I get a chance to come here and then under the Bodhi tree, I keep on asking myself that question. And I wanted to do something to contribute to the Buddha Sasana because of the Buddha came to this world. Without him, then I won't have a chance to ordain to become a monk under his teachings. For that reason, under this sacred tree, I made a vow to build a Dhammacharya project to encrypt all the teachings, Tipitaka, in different languages on stone to preserve and to propagate the Buddha Dhamma all over the world in the future. And just that vow alone took me 7 years silently making a vow like that. After this place, took me 7 years. After 7 years, during that time, I get to go to Myanmar to practice meditation and learn. And then I came back to the temple in Fort Worth, Texas, and I helped my teachers to buy the land right behind us. By that time, I think this is the right chance. This is the right time for me to speak out my vow, which is building the Dhammacharya. And then I express my vow to my teachers. And from there, up until now, another 4 years already announced to the public. So 11 years passed by already. Just because of that vow under this sacred tree. And now that we are coming back here again, but throughout those years, I ordained to become a monk and live as a monk. I always pay gratitude to our Buddha. Without this sacred tree, without this sacred land, we wouldn't know anything about the Buddha. And many thanks to the King Asoka and many other excavator who, those people who excavated and found these sacred areas and sacred lands and the Bodhi tree. So the Bodhi tree to me is so special. I don't know how and why, but it's so special for me, myself, the Bodhi tree. When I see the Bodhi tree, it just make me feel gratitude and all those because I know that the Buddha is with me. I know that the Buddha is here with me. And every day I'm making a vow, making a wish that I would need to do something to contribute to the Buddha Sasana. And from that project, uh, making a vow to build the Dhammacharya project in USA, lead me to the Walk for Peace. Because when I make that vow and I get a chance to meet with so many great teachers and so many people around the world, when I make that vow, before then I'm just among like everyone else, nobody noticed. But when I made that vow, certainly I got help from many great teachers around the world. And then I get to come here and met with Most Venerable Manoj as well. And then certainly the COVID-19 came, and then people suffer so much. Around me in Texas, people suffer so much. And I travel around to even to Africa to do disaster relief. And everywhere I go, I see suffer. Suffer with materials, suffer with mind mentally. That is the deepest one. The most suffering is this mind. And I have seen that there are so many people came to the temple to seek for guidance, seek for help, trying to get out all those anxiety and depressions. And so again, I ask myself, what can a Buddhist monk do to help? I can't just stay here and just serve the small community every day like this. I need to do something. What can I do to help? And that is when I walk in India in 2022 and 2023. I walk from Kolkata to here, and then from here all around to all the sacred, big and small sacred sites, all the way to Nepal and back here with the team, the Thai Sangha. That is when we found Aloka, the peace dog as well. And then after that walk, and I just keep on thinking that I need to do something even broader to spread to the Western world. That is when I make a vow again silently that I want to walk in USA, in the United States, to raise awareness of peace, loving kindness, and compassion to the people. Because many decades, generation after generation, people often talk about world peace. But we can ask ourselves how to make world peace, how to create world peace while we are under pressure, while we are under greedy, delusion, and hatred, and all those things. While the people out there are fighting for food, while the people out there are fighting for their life and try to fight with each other for something, either power, fame, materials, all those things is happening everywhere around us and around the world. So how can the world be at peace when we all keep on talking about world peace? And so I asked my teacher, which is him sitting right there, that is my teacher. He say, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and walk. I will stand behind you. And then I took on that walk. I had the support from the venerable monks from Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, USA, and Burmese from Myanmar. We walk every day. We walk through the heat, we walk through the cold, the rain, the snow and freezing, icy, all those. We encounter so many challenges, difficulties while we walk. Gun pointing at us, people shouting at us, cursing at us. All those things happening and people protesting us every day. We encounter accident. Aloka also have to go for surgery. All those things. And when walk like that, I can see many people coming out day by day, thousand and thousand and thousand of people coming out to support the walk for peace, to 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people gather and listening to the talk, the peace talk. And then millions of people following online and offline. That tells me because of deeply suffer, people suffering so much for decades, and they don't know how to solve it, how to get out from it, how to have peace for themselves. For that reason, when they hear about this movement, they came out to support, they came out to walk with the venerable monks, join together like that. And so we keep on walking every day. We can see people from knowing nothing about Buddhists, people from different religions, different background, different skin color, different languages. But we are all can gather together in a vacant land or under the roof, different faith, all those. We can come together and listen into the peace, practice meditation. That is harmony, that is unity. That is what the world needs. But in order for us to do all that, we must have one thing which we cannot escape. If we don't talk about it, there will be no world peace, which is under this tree, the Bodhisattva became enlightenment. Enlightenment, after he became enlightenment, he preached mindfulness. He teaches us all about mindfulness. But ask ourselves, do we really practice mindfulness based on the teachings of our Buddha? Or we just learn the Buddha Dhamma and try to live like that for the rest of our life without practicing? And then when things happen to our life, we always react just like that. Everything, even a minor thing happen to us, we react. We react with anger. And then whenever we react with anger, we suffer. We spread that negativity's energy to all the people around us. Then how can the world be at peace? Let's just say all of us here, do we really live in peace? Do we really live peacefully every single day without challenge? No. Everything changed. The nature changed. Our body changed. Our life changed. Our mind changed. All those changes. We barely have a peaceful moment for our life, and then we quickly ruin it. We mess it up very quickly and very fast. Just like that. While we try so hard to gain that peace moment. And have we ever asked why? Why all we have to suffer? Why do we have to suffer like that? Why do we have to go through samsara like that? We never ask ourselves that question. We never come back within. That is the reason why we never ask ourselves. Whenever we be able to silent, settle down, slow down, just look back within. Instead of heading out, we now look back. Whenever we be able to look back within, that is the moment where we find peace.